Hey everyone, it's Connor back from This Old Farm, and well, it's been a little while since we've said that. It's been 2 weeks roughly since we last made a video, and not a lot has happened in that last 2 weeks. To address kind of the elephant in the room, I guess so to speak, for those of you that have seen a certain set of videos that have been posted, I did mess up. I did goof up a little bit and made a comment that I should not have made. It was not my place to make. And so to start out here, I want to apologize for the video for the comment that I made, and for any ensuing chaos, maybe we'll call it, that has come after, in the after effects of that comment. And that's all we're going to touch on. That's all there is to touch on. I screwed up. I didn't know better at the time, and now I do. As far as the reason for the past 2 weeks of no videos, there's been a certain couple of reasons, maybe two of which, one I will be willing to share with you. The first one is the fact that my truck has been out with some problems. Ever since the Northern Threshing Show this past 2023, the transmission has had a slip, and it's a common issue with the 6-speed transmission in the Ford F-150. It is the torque converter, it slips in them, and so that's been going bad. I recently had the check engine light came on. It turned out to be the intake manifold, and there's a couple of other things that came up with that at the same time. I took it into the Ford dealership because I have a extended service plan, they call it, that we use that on. So they took care of that. I got it back for about 2 days, and then the third day I had it back, the transmission gave me problems again. New problems from the old one, because they put a remanufactured transmission in the truck. So the truck is currently sitting at the Ford dealership. They just called me today. Today's Thursday. I don't know the date. They said that they haven't been able to look at it yet, and they apologize for the wait. It went there on Monday. So they apologize for the wait. They're making it right. They're doing right. I appreciate them very much. So we are driving the old Blue Explorer. If some of you remember from some of the old videos, we had the old Blue Explorer that we went and got the 3-bottom plow with and other things like that. So we've been driving that around, so I don't feel comfortable taking that on sort of longer road journeys, we'll say. So we're kind of sticking close to home. Now, to kind of address the other elephant in the room, this machine behind me. If you guys remember, I think it's been about 2 years back now, this is my dad's Ford 4500 tractor loader backhoe. Most people don't call them tractor loader backhoes anymore, but I still do. About 2 years ago, the axle bearing on the left side here finally gave way. It was screeching and scratching, going out for quite some time, and it finally broke and busted below you. You guys are actually situated above it. Broke the axle housing. So my dad started tearing the tractor apart here, and kind of never got around to finishing it. Some time problems there and stuff like that. So he enlisted my help in kind of getting this thing finished, torn back down, and put back together. Essentially, we have a used rear transmission, or rear case, everything. I think it's from about this point here back. We have a new to us, however you want to put it, rear end to put on the tractor. So we'll be taking that the rest of the way out. We also have to take the front portion off from the bell housing back, because he would like to put a new clutch in it. Before this all happened, the clutch was fine, but it was getting weak. It was getting to that point where you could notice that it was struggling. So we're going to be taking the two pieces out, putting a new clutch in, putting the transmission back together, or getting the new to us part put in together, and getting the tractor reassembled and back into a working order again. There is a head gasket issue on this tractor, we think. I'm not sure if we're going to address that or not. That's up to my dad. But for the time being, possibly for a little while yet, and possibly more than likely even after I get my truck back. We are going to be working on this for some time being because for one thing, we don't really have much to do on any of my tractors that are up north at the other farm. And my second reasoning that I don't feel comfortable sharing with you guys. So we're going to kind of dive into this project. We'll be tearing into this for the next couple of weekends. So this weekend we'll be working on it. So next week there'll be a video on it, hopefully. So I'm also going to, that brings me to another thing, we're going to change the schedule on our videos. For the past year now, we've been uploading every Wednesday at 7 p.m. I'm going to change that to every Thursday at 7 p.m. That will also kind of open opportunity to, at some point in the future, having dual uploads on a week. I don't know how often that will happen, but we can shoot for a Tuesday and a Thursday. That's probably a very far down the road thing, but we're going to at least now start with changing the schedule to every Thursday at 7 p.m. instead of every Wednesday at 7 p.m. So that's kind of what the future is looking like for the channel anyways, is we're going to start working on the Ford 4500 here, getting it ready to go again for an operational status, we'll call it. So yeah, like I say, we have to finish disassembling this, get the new pieces put into it and stuff, and get it put back together. So we'll keep trying to do the weekly uploads. Sorry, I know it's been kind of some of you have commented that we've been kind of wondering where the constant uploads have gone, and it's just been kind of a combination of the recent events and truck issues. So for the time being, we're going to stick down close to home at my dad's farm and work on this for him and get things put back together so that we can kind of get back into some uploads for you guys, because it's been kind of long overdue. I've been kind of missing the channel a little bit, so that little break was kind of got me rejuvenated to get back up to speed with you guys and get making videos for you again. So we're going to work on this. Today's Thursday, so we'll get this uploaded for you, and then we'll come back to this weekend and get some projects done, hopefully. And it's going to be nice this weekend, it sounds like. Maybe even possibly 50s, which is crazy for the last weekend of January in Minnesota. So we're going to take advantage of the good weather and try and get a lot done on this project. So for now, guys, that's all I got for you. Thanks for sticking around. The numbers really haven't changed much on the channel, so I very much appreciate that. It's very encouraging, I guess, so to speak, that you guys are as dedicated as you are to my channel, if you want to put it that way. But yeah, that's all I got for you. Thanks for sticking around. We'll get back to some weekly uploads for you. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys all next week.